Have you ever experienced feeling lost and confused? Have you ever sat in front of your paper on test day and not know how to answer the questions? Many of us have experienced this during our school career. I invite you to watch this video. Being in the classroom every day has exposed me to see students that struggle in all content areas. One of these areas is math. I believe for many students, one of the hardest concepts to grasp is learning the multiplication tables. If these are not learned in the classroom, then it is up to the students to learn them outside class time. I experienced a phase of frustration my little brother had at numerous times as he tried to learn the multiplication tables at home. This is why I chose to do my action research on the following question. Will using different strategies help my brother learn his multiplication tables? Before beginning the study, I gave my brother a test that covered the multiplication tables up to number 12. Like in the classroom, he had only 1 minute to complete the test. I was heartbroken when I saw that the time had ended and he was nowhere to be finished. I began with teaching my brother enhancing tips. These included tips to use for the multiplication tables for numbers like 2, 3, 4, and 9. For the 2's, it's just 2 times a number means to add it twice. We can also see it as doubling the number we are multiplying by 2. For example, 2 times 7 equals 14. We can apply this tip by doubling the number 7. This also equals 14. Now we move on to the tip for the multiplication table of 3. For this number, we will also double the number we are multiplying by 3. We will then add the number we are multiplying to help us find the final answer. For example, in 8 times 3, first double 8, which equals 16, then add 8 more, which equals 24. Congratulations! You have just worked out the problem 8 times 3. Now let's move on to the next tip. We will look at the multiplication table for 4. To help us remember these tables, we can also double the number we are multiplying to 4 and then double the answer. For example, let's look at 4 times 7. First, double the number we are multiplying by 4, which in this problem is 7. After doubling 7, we get 14. Now, let's double this answer again. 14 plus 14 is equal to 28. Isn't that awesome? That is the same thing as saying 4 times 7 equals 28. This next tip is my favorite. We will now look at the multiplication table for 9. For this strategy, we will use both hands. Let's look at the example 9 times 8. First, put both of your hands in front of you. Your fingers are a representation of the numbers 1 through 10. Now, curl up the 8th finger to represent 8 times 9. Each finger to the left of the curled finger represents tenths. In this example, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. The fingers to the right of the curled finger represent 1. In this example, we have 1 and 2, or we can also see it as 71 and 72. Take a closer look at your hands. You can see that we have the 8th finger curled, which makes the answer to 9 times 8, 72. Wasn't that easy? Now let's look at the second strategy I used. I wanted to use something I knew my brother would enjoy, so I decided to use music. We listened to different songs that covered all multiplication tables. At first, my brother was hesitant to give them a try, but as he heard them repeatedly, he began to enjoy them. I found that these songs were able to stay in my brother's head as he studied and did his work. Lastly, I used a lot of drills to help my brother learn the multiplication tables. These drills were daily and consisted of practice, practice, and more practice. Through the use of these drills, songs, and enhancing tips, I slowly began to see my brother improve. Through the 3 weeks he took practice quizzes, both orally and in writing. As the weeks and my research came to an end, I decided to take a last 1-minute test to see how far he had come along. I was so proud to see how much my brother had improved. Although he is still working towards mastery, he definitely had higher scores and self-esteem at the end. I am proud of him and look forward to continue helping him and those that may also be struggling to learn the multiplication tables.